So this is somewhat sad because most of the popular and repeated advice around study abroad that you're seeing on internet these days is actually, I wouldn't say it's wrong, but it's incomplete. And that incomplete truth is more dangerous than a lie because you will be making a 50 lakh rupee decision based on that content. So in this video, I want to call out 6 such often repeated, most shared viral myths floating around study abroad in 2025 and 2026. And I will try to talk about the hidden reality and parts that those reels and shorts conveniently leave out. I hope you will find this useful. All this on the other side of the intro. Keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Nistha from Scholar Strategy and 24 North Star. Before we begin, I just want to give you a quick context about this video. So I'm somebody who studied abroad myself in the US. I studied at UIUC, NYU. I have gone through the application process, the visa anxiety, the whole drama of finding your first job in a foreign country, etc. So I relate to all that. So when I see misleading information around this, it bothers me because I don't want to be negative, but these decisions are very consequential. They are real financial decisions being made by real families. So we need to be more well informed and well educated before we make such big decisions about our life. So that is why I wanted to do this video. So today I'm going to call out 6 such problems that I see with the study abroad content online in 2026. And the first one is a really popular one. You must have seen a lot of influencers screaming out that Europe is running out of human capital and they want Indians to come and work there. Let's find out the reality behind that claim and it will surprise you. So a lot of influencers have been posting about how Europe is actively recruiting Indian professionals. You have seen the reels. Germany needs 4 lakh workers. World's richest country is calling you. Europe wants Indians. And technically, yes, those headlines are true. But here's what they don't tell you. The jobs that Europe is aggressively recruiting for are in nursing, caregiving, construction, truck driving, hospitality, seasonal farm work, etc. These are real jobs, respectable jobs, but if you're a software engineer, data analyst, a finance professional, Europe is not running a shortage for you. The white collar tech pipeline in most of Europe is extremely small compared to what you are imagining. And in many countries, even if you do get a corporate job, you will need functional fluency in the local language to actually grow in your career. So German companies want you to speak German in the office. That's just a reality. So the next time you see that reel, ask one question: what kind of jobs are they actually talking about? That question will save you a lot of confusion and debt down the line. Myth number 2 is Ireland is the best place for STEM courses right now. Now, Ireland has been getting a lot of love on social media lately, and I understand why. Dublin has Google, Meta, Apple, LinkedIn, all headquartered there. So the logic goes, tech giants are there, do your STEM degree there, get a job, simple, right? However, here is the full picture. Those tech companies are indeed headquartered in Dublin, but primarily for European tax reasons, not because they are running massive engineering operations out of Ireland. The actual engineering headcount at these offices is much smaller than you would imagine. A lot of what happens there is sales, legal, compliance, regional ops, etc. So the idea that you will walk out of an Irish university into a Google or Meta engineering role because they have an office in Dublin, that logic doesn't hold up on the ground. Then there's the freshers problem. The Irish job market for international STEM graduates is genuinely tough for people with no local experience. Irish and EU candidates always get a preference. The market is small and the number of international students chasing the same limited roles has significantly increased in the last 2 to 3 years. The crux is market is simply oversaturated relative to its size. And before you even get to the job market, you have to survive the housing crisis. Student accommodation near campuses in Dublin and other major Irish cities are impossible to find. Rents are among the highest on the continent. Students are regularly finding themselves commuting 1 to 2 hours each way. This is not a minor inconvenience. It actively impacts your ability to study, network, and build your career. Also, Ireland gives you a graduate visa of 2 years for master's graduate, 1 year for bachelor's, which sound decent on paper, but a 1 year clock in a tight, oversaturated market with a housing crisis is genuinely stressful. So, yes, Ireland is a beautiful country. You might even get a full scholarship to a top program there, and that might change the conversation. But if you're spending real money to study there with a dream of landing a job as soon as you graduate, that may not happen. Myth number 3 is India is shining and you don't need to look at other countries. And this is even encouraging a lot of graduates abroad to come back to India if things don't work out immediately. Now, I want to be careful here because this advice usually is given with good intentions, but there are flaws. Yes, Indian startups and companies can value international exposure. India has been rising in some sectors. However, if they make it sound like you can just do an MS abroad, come back to India and automatically command a premium salary, that is not how it works. In fact, I did a full video breakdown of the kind of problems people are facing in Indian job market. If you return without having worked abroad first, without having built real experience, real skills, real projects in an international environment, you are essentially returning as a fresher with a more expensive degree. The salary reset can be brutal for you. The people who come back to India and absolutely crush it are the ones who have spent at least 3 to 5 years working in the US or elsewhere, built real financial cushion and career capital, and then came back on their own terms. That sequence matters enormously. I did this myself. I went from 3 lakh per annum to 100k plus in about 2 years in the US. That early wealth gave me the freedom to take risks later in life. If you skip the working abroad phase and come straight back, you are leaving that whole chapter out of your story. Fourth myth, and I love this one, is AI courses are the golden ticket right now. This might be the one I care most about, so please listen carefully. There is a group of people who are genuinely minting money in the AI right now. They are engineers who were already in data science or ML 3 to 4 years ago, who have real experience building real systems, who have navigated the gap between research and production. And then there is a separate group, people who did a 6-month AI course, added AI and machine learning to their resume, and are now applying to the same jobs as the first group. These two groups are not competing for the same jobs, they are in completely different markets. A fresher doing a random AI course in 2026 is not the same story as an experienced engineer pivoting into AI with a strong foundation. But the social media content treats them as the same. It doesn't differentiate, it just say, AI is hot, go do this course. If you're genuinely interested in AI, wonderful, but be honest with yourself. Do you have the math, the programming foundation, the real project experience to back it up? Because companies hiring for AI roles right now are not easily fooled. They are very good at finding out who actually knows what they are doing. So don't pick a field because of the hype cycle. Pick it because you can genuinely build in it. Myth number 5, US job market is impossible, so you should not go to the US. Okay, this one needs some nuance because people are saying this as if it's a blanket statement, and it's not. Yes, the overall tech hiring in the US has slowed down compared to the 2021-2022 peak. Layoffs happened, the H1B situation creates anxiety, all of that is real. But here's what the doom content is not telling you. San Francisco or New York City alone has more tech jobs than the entire country of Canada combined. The US job market is not bad, it is selective, and it is slightly worse than what it was earlier. And the people who are getting hired right now and getting very well paid are people with the right profile. So AI ML engineers with real experience, people who have built something, people who can solve hard problems, they are still winning. After a master's in the US, you are still looking at base salaries starting around $100,000, and that equals 95 lakh rupee now. Let that sink in. I have seen clients with 2 to 4 years of experience in the US easily hitting 150 to $350,000. That's 3 crore rupees. Show me any other country or career path where a 28-year-old Indian professional can realistically hit that number. So, the US job market punishes the wrong profile. It rewards the right one very generously. So, instead of asking, is the US market bad? Ask yourself, am I building the profile that the US market actually wants right now? And last myth is, if you want PR, just go to Canada. Now, this one used to be true, emphasis on used to. Canada was incredibly PR friendly, and that actually became the problem. They imported more people than they had opportunities for. The white collar job market got saturated. I have personally heard stories of engineers and MBAs taking up jobs that have nothing to do with their field just to survive. Real estate costs went through the roof because the livable parts of Canada are a small fraction of the country. Most of it is just too cold to live comfortably. Now look at the numbers. In Q1 of 2025, study permits issued to Indian students dropped nearly 31% compared to the same period in 2024. That is a massive fall. The government has also mandated that international students show proof of 20,000 Canadian dollars in available funds, more than double the old requirement. The path to Canada is now harder. The career outcomes once you're there are more uncertain, and the PR that everyone was chasing also getting tougher. I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying go with your eyes open, not based on a 60-second reel that shows someone holding a maple leaf. So, those are the 6 viral myths I really wanted to discuss today. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video is this: don't make a 50 lakh decision based on a 60-second reel. Dig into the full story, ask what kind of jobs, what kind of cities, what kind of profile, and what the real timeline looks like. If you want help thinking through your specific situation, drop a comment below or reach out to us. All the links are mentioned in the description. And if you found this video useful, please share it with one person who's currently navigating this decision. They will thank you for it. I will see you guys next week with a fresh new video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.